Guys. Woo! It's a dog.
Wait,
That's a dog.
Wait.
Hang on a second.
That's a fucking dog.
Wait, that's a freaking dog.
That's a dog.
Wait a sec. No, doggy!
It's a dog.
No! Save me, Scooby-Doo! Wait.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Is It Worth It? Today I have a very special guest, SGPlays. How's it going, SG?
I love you. I missed you.
I've missed you too. You haven't called me. You don't call me. You never call me.
I'm a terrible friend.
You all good, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. So today we're going to review Human Fall Flat.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know, me, SGPlays, Master of Nothing, and Captain Yosh actually did a playthrough of this game. I think last year, was it?
I believe so. It was a while ago.
Yeah. So if you want to see that playthrough, there will be a little card up here. So you can have a little look at that if you want to see any of that. And of course, as always, there will be a link down in the description to SG's channel. So definitely go give him a look. He is awesome as always. Now, SG.
Yes.
Human Fall Flat. What is the
They do.
first thing that comes to your mind when I say that game title?
It reminds me of those little things you used to get in like the Art Attack shows of the little Play-Doh people. They used to do like little clay animations of Play-Doh people.
Yeah, on it wasn't art, it was Smart
Yes.
Art. Yeah, I know the ones you mean.
Yes, it reminds me exactly like that. Just like Play-Doh people with no bone structure.
Yeah, it was. I never thought of that. It is weirdly similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except I actually think the Play-Doh people actually probably had more bones than our guys did.
Yes, it's just like it's someone's given sentience to some wet spaghetti.
It
That's
pretty
pretty
much
much
was. So, for those of you who don't know, Human Fall Flat is a game developed by No Breaks Games and published by Curved Digital, and is a physics-based puzzle platformer. So, that's a bit of a mouthful. Now,
Yes.
SG, tell me about the gameplay.
It's one of those games where you can just jump into it and you instantly know it's like kid friendly. There's no like worry that something's going to happen later on. It's just the art style, the music, the all around feel for it is very PG.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. It is, isn't it? It is a very sort of family friendly kind of game, isn't it?
It's one of the games that is great because it hits the middle ground perfectly. Where too many games try and focus more on the kids side of the family friendly.
Yeah.
And it's cringy for adults to kind of play. But Human Fall Flat just sort of nails it. It just puts these doughy people into your hands, and the chaos comes purely from the people controlling them.
Yeah. So for you guys who haven't played it, you literally play as just you get given just this white person, no clothes or anything, and he's just completely white. And it plays with effectively ragdoll physics, isn't it? In a way, your character plays almost like a ragdoll physics character, and you've got to somehow control him to solve little puzzles ranging from just pressing buttons, moving boxes, all the way to some of the levels at the end were sort of like putting coal into furnaces and getting on boats down waterfalls and things like that. And so they got pretty mental and swinging from things. They all got a pretty nuts. Tell me about some of the levels, man.
The levels change a lot. I like that it wasn't just like a play style of this is a level of just a general colorless map scheme. Each map had its own individual theme, which in turn also affected how you had to play that level. Like there was the level with the castle where you had to break out of the prison and actually catapult yourself over the walls. Like some of the other ones where we were near the beach, you had to actually operate a speedboat using like different systems. Like it helps if you have a teammate, especially the boat, so that way one person can steer, another person can control the throttle. So each stage has its own way of being able to play it differently, like how the game wants you to play it.
Yeah, the game is definitely something that promotes, I would say, co-op play. It definitely sort of has that feeling of it wants you to play with other people. You can play it on your own, but it definitely gives that air of grab some friends and play this game, because it really adds to just the overall insanity of it. Like I would say, like it gets really crazy. Some of the stuff you try and do just end up going completely insane, and due to the physics based of the game, it all just goes a bit mental, and it almost feels like glitchy, doesn't it? But in a good way.
Yes, when you discover that one bug or glitch that becomes like famous on the internet because it's just hilarious to try on your own.
Yeah, definitely. So, bit of presentation. What would you say about sort of the music and the sound effects of this game?
It's very ambient. There's nothing too crazy or too like energetic to get you pumped up. The game just sort of like it levels out to a pace of you can do whatever you want at your pace. There's no rush. There's no like hurry up and get the level done. It's just approach it however you want to with your own time scale, which is handy for the features of like being able to play the game with younger generations as well. Like there's no rush to you need to hurry up and do this, or let's just let the kids take their own time and approach the game how they want to.
Yeah, nice. I think that's a really sort of good way of putting it. Definitely. So when we played, we went through all the main game, didn't we?
Yes.
But there are, I think, since we've played, I think they have added extra levels. But one thing that I do quite like about it is that they have the, is it called the Steam Workshop or whatever it's called?
Yes.
And you can have completely fan-made levels added to the game, can't you? And then you can, people were going around creating all these really awesome looking levels that you can all go in and play, which I think is really good. I think it's really cool that they've sort of created a game for the community to also then just add to.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool feature.
It's sort of like a way of giving back to the fans, but at the same time bringing out the longevity of the game so that it survives longer. So you're able to just play more and more content without having to worry about DLC or season passes or anything.
Another customized feature, which I thought was really awesome, was just the character customization.
Yes.
We had some good fun with that. I know that, like, if you really wanted to get into it, you could, like, go into Photoshop and create your completely own skin, which is what I did personally, to have my dude look like my avatar. But then I know that they actually had the character customization in-game as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the character customization was the one that I used.
Yeah, I think it's what all of you used, except me. I just went a bit hardcore on it. I was like, yeah, I want to make him look like me.
I think Yosh used one of the standard ones that come with it. I think because we were like, we had plenty of time to set up, but Yosh sort of joined later, so he just sort of picked what was there. So it also gives you that ability if you're not too creative or like you're lacking in that department.
Yeah.
You already have a range for you to pick from.
Yeah, because he started off as the dog, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good fun. But then I think he did eventually create one which made a Yoshi face with just like a captain's costume, wasn't it? And a peg leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you had Masters running around looking like the world's worst sex doll.
Yeah. it was like I think he took like a quick 3 minutes to do this. That looks alright, but then we took like an hour each.
Yeah.
So we looked a lot more detailed than what his one did.
Yeah, and he just comes in with the wonky looking face and the creepy eyes. But it was
amazing.
it was so much fun. So I suppose that then just sort of comes to the question at the end of the day, is it worth it, SG? This game is $11.99 on Steam at the moment. Would you say this game is worth it?
Yes, it's also available on consoles right now, and it's definitely one of those games where it's entirely built for you just want to mess around. You don't want to get too far into it, or don't be like, oh, I don't have that DLC, or I'm not that far into the story. It's just, let's just play Human Fall Flat and just mess around and just have fun.
I would completely agree on that. I would say $11.99, console, PC, whatever you want to play it on, it's 100% worth it, especially if you have some friends. You will get some major laughs out of this. So one final question to you is, from the time we played, was there one moment that really stuck out to you in this game?
Yes. It was the moment Yosh joined us, and all of us just had the exact same instinct as he showed up. We're all our own individual characters. We imprinted ourselves onto the characters. And he shows up in a giant dog costume, and we just flipped. All of us just... We expected him to be some form of humanoid version of himself. But he shows up in a giant dog costume, and it was like kids at a party when the clown shows up. Just flopped towards him.
Oh, it was brilliant. I think the one thing that stood out to me was actually just one of the levels, and it was the medieval level.
Yes.
And the reason that stood out to me, because there was me, you, and Masters running around trying to do everything.
Yeah.
And Yosh just went off.
Yeah.
And he was just climbing walls and stuff, and we were like, how are you even doing this? And he would suddenly just appear, and where he'd climbed over stuff, and we're sitting there trying to do all the puzzles and stuff. Would be easier with an extra pair of hands, and he's just off climbing, and then he's waving to us from some random high place, and but it was brilliant.
It just goes to show that there was 3 of us trying to get this one attempt done, and he did it all on his own.
Yeah, like it definitely showed that there was sort of more than one way to sort of go about doing it all. As difficult as it got, there was definitely more than one way. But yeah. No, it was good. I think that's all the time we got for today, guys. So yeah, I think I will reiterate, this is definitely worth it. If you and your mates have $11.99 spare each, go buy this game and have a hell of a time, because it's so much fun. As I said before, there is a link down in the description to SG's channel. Go check him out. He's one funny ass dude, and he's got some great content. And on that note, I will thank SG for joining me today.
No, it's great to finally come back and be part of the old group again.
It has been a pleasure, and yes, we definitely need to get some stuff on the go again soon.
Yes, definitely. Look out for that.
Yeah, you definitely need to watch out for that, because we will be back in full force. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Ring that notification bell. Drop a like. Leave a comment. If you have a game that's worth £20 or less, or $20 or less, and you want us to review it, let us know, and we will basically do it, because, you know, we're always up for a good laugh and checking out some awesome games. But thank you very much for joining us today, and take it easy, everybody.
Bye.